So the e-form, when you are writing an Erasmus Plus project, asks you about the benefits, the beneficiaries who will benefit from the action. Of course, there are many ways of defining the beneficiaries depending on the character of the project, if it is an adult education, if it is something for the trainer, okay, so one needs to go according to the context, content and project design. However, it's important to distinguish between two. That, for example, if you are creating innovative teaching materials and you are testing them with the teachers, really your target group are not the students. Those are the ultimate beneficiaries. They will be the ones that will get the ultimate benefit of the project. Your direct target group is, of course, the teachers. So the persons, the individuals you are going to touch directly. The youth leaders, those you are going to involve directly in the activities of the project. Then, of course, there are benefits that come from the general effect and results that the project is going to create, and there are impacts and benefits that come from the direct activities in which they are involved in the project. There is also, in the same frame, the benefits on the partners, and this time in the new e-form, something that I like, is that there is the benefits on the partners. The benefits on the partner organizations are very important because the partners gain from the project, from what they produce together, but also the partners, when they will keep on using that innovative training, for example, they are automatically multipliers. And this is important that you mention because this is a case of good product design. You mentioned later on in the project, in the same follow-up section, that the partners will adopt that training in their normal training offer or service offer. So the benefits on the partners need to show that the partners are gaining and that they will continue with this impact, with this benefit, to become multipliers of that benefit. In the same square, there is benefit on stakeholders. I like to mention that, for example, there is impact on stakeholders, and depending on the topic of the project, also on the community. However, I like to, in the product design, to put the stakeholders also engaged, wherever possible, of course, in the development of the results, what we used to call the outputs. For example, if we have a project about youth engagement in the community, we mention who the stakeholders in the community will be and how the youth leaders and the youth will engage directly with them, so that there is also direct impact and benefit on persons who are from outside the partnership. This is a case of product design that is sustainability oriented. Then you mention it again in the sustainability later on. There is also the fact that stakeholders you need to include in them, especially if you want to involve them directly in the activities. Partners from outside the partnership, but social partners, who can themselves be multipliers. So, for example, in one project that we are submitting at the moment, we are putting in, this we did it in another project and it worked, it got us points, that before you publish an innovative form of training or a document, after you have tested it, you also run it by a minimum number of players who could be multipliers themselves. Because that gives ownership, and it's good that you mentioned, that you give ownership of your product even to stakeholders and players from outside the partnership. Again, this is a story of product sustainability, and you have more multipliers who will adopt, preferably adopt your training.